in corner of the map. The teal Terran down 0-1. It is Monk.
And up here in the red, in the top right, we have from Team Outset, it is MoWjAhEeD.
I love how you went mech again, because I bet Monk doesn't know how to play against mech. I bet he's unfamiliar with that. I could be completely wrong, but I know one of his biggest practice partners is Ninkazi, and I'm pretty sure Ninkazi doesn't go mech in TVT.
No,
I don't even know if Ninkazi goes mech in like TVZ.
I've seen Ninkazi go like Air Terran in TVT, but that's a totally different beast from mech. And that was after playing Biotank.
I've played Ninkazi from like, I think it's like 11 times now, and he does pretty much the same thing most games. So I don't think he's too big into changing up his playstyle that big. Although one time he did do a proxy Thor, which was kind of weird. I didn't see it coming. But that was kind of odd. But Monk, let's see.
I hope Monk opts to go for more of that, like the macro route here, and just like outproduce MoWjAhEeD.
Because, like you said earlier, that's where he shines. There's no one more comfortable on 5 bases than Monk. And here we go. He's already dropping down early CC about 20 minutes earlier from last game. Good job, Monk. That could have easily just been a game where Monk just decided, let's try out this build. If I get a win, I get a win. If not, I still have 3 other losses I can do. But MoWjAhEeD saying, I'm not one to be trifled with. You can't try that cute stuff on me. Even keeping a Reaper in his base. Playing very, very safe. Doesn't want any shenanigans happening. Ooh, leaves the base without scouting Monk's natural. That's kind of scary, considering he won base last time.
Pretty similar openings from both players here, but I mean, most Terran openings are pretty generic unless they're going for a cheese. I imagine MoWjAhEeD will probably play mech because this isn't a horrible mech map. It's not a horrible bio map either. Just depends on how you play it.
But yeah, it's hard to tell what each player are going to go for now. See a reactor coming from the barracks from both players.
Yeah.
And I mentioned a tech lab, right? Oh no. Widowmines from both players? No, tech lab coming from MoWjAhEeD. Widowmine coming from Monk. Probably going to be a Widowmine drop. Which are pretty good.
Yeah, they're a lot less common nowadays, but they are still good. I mean, Widowmines have always been, a good unit. A nice dice roll to get some damage.
MoWjAhEeD actually going for Banshees. Interesting. The thing about going Terran with 2 Widowmine shots is that don't you need both Widowmines to go off in about the same spot, or else the SCV is there sitting there with 5 health left? Is that true?
I don't know. I was never a big Widowmine drop player in TVT. I only ever did it against Protoss and Haunts.
Yeah, it only deals 40 damage. The SCVs will just sit there.
Yeah.
5 health left. Ooh, Monk losing it. I think he scouted it though. I think that was a good scout. Yeah, good scout. Knows the tech lab's going. Sees the Banshee coming out.
But
I think Monk will be just fine, assuming he gets an engineering bay. There we go, engineering bay.
He just canceled the Banshee and Cloak. Or MoWjAhEeD did.
Not a bad idea, because Monk's still probably going to get 2 missile turrets in there.
Yeah, and that's already an investment of itself.
But you can play, going for that 3rd CC yet again. Oh yeah, even Monk getting the Cyclone out now.
Yeah, the Cyclone is just one of those units that's really good if something's coming your way. But if you're MoWjAhEeD and you force your opponent to make a Cyclone, that is so good. The Cyclone is not a unit, especially in TVT, that you want to keep around. It does absolutely nothing.
It's definitely not a cheap unit either. I think it's it's 150 gas. In a mirror matchup, that can be quite a bit. Ooh, Monk! Ooh, Monk, I think you might be in a little bit of trouble. Losing that early medevac didn't get really any damage done, got 4. I don't think 4 SCVs is worth it for a medevac, a Widow Mine, and 6 Marines, but now I'm getting
No.
kind of nervous because I don't think he realizes he killed this Widow Mine. But you see, ready? 5 health left.
Yeah, you're right.
So, not the best harass for Monk. But somehow he finds himself still ahead in supply. MoWjAhEeD opting to go for mech yet again has that 3rd CC. Is that his trademark? Is that when he goes through CCs, he just adds on factories?
I guess. I mean, I think it's just sort of like almost a minerals thing. While he's getting up all these factories. And Monk is opting to go for that bio route. Which is interesting because, I mean, historically, the Terrans that do good, like, late game have always been mech players. Like, you don't see a whole lot of bio Terrans that would say, yeah, I love playing late game.
Yeah,
Which
that's
is
very true.
But I think bio and legacy is definitely like viable late game. It's not like HOTS where you had a timer on you until your opponent got so many siege tanks out that you're just freaking dead. Like now you can just out position, out drop, wait until the mech player starves out. There's so many things you can do to abuse mech as long as he does it right.
Here we go. Both people just securing their 3rd base. Monk yet again going bio. Getting Marauders, which is interesting because when I played Heart of the Swarm and I was trying to learn TVT, which wasn't anything well, that Marauders actually weren't that helpful versus tanks. Marine Splitting was much better than Marauders.
Yeah,
I could be wrong though.
It's like you want Marauders in the mix, but like it's not like you don't want pure Marauder, if that makes sense. Like the Marines do the DPS, and the Marauders are good at like dealing with tanks in small numbers. Once the tank count gets too large, it doesn't matter if you have Marines or Marauders; they're just dead.
Here we go. No combat shield for the Terran player. Stim just finished, so those Marines are pretty weak in siege tank fire.
Yeah. Oh, even stemming them all there. I would love to see Monk just pick up and head into main. I mean, he has no clue where there's defenses and where there isn't. But like the thing is, you really need to just like keep dropping, keep pulling the mech player out of position. Just you can't really keep fighting them head on until you've pulled them out of position.
Look at this. I think Liberators, the Liberators that MoWjAhEeD are building are much, much better than just the pure Viking count of Monk. I don't think you should have pure Liberators, but I mean 1 or 2 Liberators just to get that splash damage in there is very, very effective.
I think it would be great for Monk to do that as well. Like, it'd be so great in dealing with all the siege tanks, especially since he doesn't have that many medevacs to relocate them with. So if Monk can gain air superiority here, like having Vikings and Liberators would be great against what he's dealing with.
And look, he's even getting two Liberators. Good job. Oh, 4. Oh, I didn't realize this. He has 2 Starcords. He's really looking to gain the upper hand in the air. Might just go full on Sky Terran.
Yeah, I think even if he doesn't go full Sky Terran here, just like getting that extra starport is a pretty nice move. Just securing the air advantage, and I mean Monk's expanding like crazy here too, which is nice.
Look at that secret. Were you just looking at that?
Yeah.
That's what you do versus mech. You get all the bases that you can possibly get away with.
Yeah.
Wow, what a... I feel like this is going to be a pretty passive game.
Yeah. I think like since Monk opted for that macro route, like he can engage or like even try to engage these tanks. He's just never going to trade cost efficiently. So he needs to get up a huge economy to the point where he can just like shove units down MoWjAHEED's throat until he like suffocates. And he also needs to maintain map control. Make it so that MoWjAHEED can expand. He can't take that gold like he did versus Exile. Just like deny him of any potential minerals.
But it doesn't seem like MoWjAHEED wants to take a fourth base. I think he's just good on macro on 3 bases. He's got a ton of SAVs with his army.
Yeah,
only
and he's
7,
heading
so
over.
not a ton, but
yeah, but like he's heading across the map. I've actually seen Pisosa complaining about MoWjAHEED and the push that he does around 180 supply, like he's doing now, that Pisosa loses to every single time. This will be a very strong push. It looks like.
Monk definitely needs to spread out his army and try to get a surround or something. Cause I mean, he just can't take this army head on. And even if he runs this close, no, tanks are just going to tear that apart. But once again, Monk with the air superiority, he really needs to abuse this hard. Andrew takes out 1 Thor, but I mean, I think we honestly see the same position as we did last game, and even building missile turrets now. Oh, man.
Yeah. Monk just doesn't have enough bio to complement the air as well, which is a problem.
Although he's been doing a very good job of taking out the Thors.
Yeah, he has been. MoWjAHEED not really on top of that for control, keeping them outside of the Liberator circles.
Although, look at that. Good job right in the
even
crevice.
picking off those Widow Mines too with the scan. That was really nice. Monk is forcing MoWjAHEED back, and this is definitely not what MoWjAHEED wants to accomplish with this push. Like, look, MoWjAHEED has a Force CC on the way, but fuck it, Monk's on 5 bases to MoWjAHEED's 3. Like, Monk's at 170 supply to MoWjAHEED's 140. He is so far ahead.
And it's almost like you said in that Listo versus Exiled game, where it's really about the army and what you lose. MoWjAHEED's army was much, much more expensive than Monk's. Bio versus tanks, like, I think that was a very, very good trade for Monk.
Yeah, like, not only supply-wise, but, like, army value-wise. Like, he lost so many tanks and fours and his entire air army.
Yeah, even in Luna's units lost tab, it's like 1,300 more for Monk. 1,300 less for Monk, I should say.
Yeah.
But, I mean, then again, both the production of both these players is just outstanding. I mean, MoWjAHEED pretty much almost has a 180 army back. Monk has that strong air army. I don't know why he doesn't... Like, MoWjAHEED, you gotta combat him in the air as well as the ground. Like, you can't just rely on Thors to take out Liberators. You need those Vikings.
Yeah. Monk has a bunch of idle SCVs. Middle of the map here.
Oh, rip. And he's got him also in the natural too. Or the third, I mean. It's okay. I tried to our Captain Padula. Or our late Captain Padula. I've tried to teach him just to press Control F1 every once in a while. Because, man, you've never seen more idle SCVs than him.
Yeah.
Every single SCV that builds a building is useless for the rest of the game. Ooh,
oh.
I don't agree with this.
Yeah, those Widow Mines placed like in the army are pretty nice from MoWjAHEED. It'll just stop all those Liberators from just jumping on top of the siege tanks. Because we've seen 1 week when it was MoWjAHEED versus Ninkazi, and Ninkazi was going mass air. MoWjAHEED just kept making tank Widow Mine, and every time Ninkazi put his Liberators over top of MoWjAHEED's army, the Widow Mines just blew everything up.
Dude, the Widow Mines are the great equalizers.
Yeah, like they're just like a disgusting unit to play against.
But I think this is it. I mean, now that Monk has advanced ballistics, you can't rely on Thors to take out Liberators. What MoWjAHEED has been doing, you need that air superiority. But I think Monk, he's just too far in it. He's getting 2 more CCs at his 5th, or whatever you want to call it. It's too late. I don't think he's going to allow MoWjAHEED to take another base.
Yeah, he's even building battle cruisers, and the Yamato cannon is almost done.
Which is just great for taking out tanks. I don't think we'll see the teleport, the blink battlecruiser ability. As much as I love it and how funny it is to see, I don't think we'll see it too much.
Looks really nice. I mean, we have our first battlecruiser on the field here. approaching the army. And this is always fun to watch. Like, battlecruisers are probably my favorite unit in the game. They're just, in my opinion, so cool. I love seeing them. I wish we got to see them more, but
They're a great they're a great capital ship. But here we go. Yeah. Ooh, kind of catching Monk out of position. But will it matter? Vikings versus Liberators. That one battlecruiser. Ooh, Liberators getting to advanced ballistics. And yeah, it seems like Monk's going to clean it up, but he doesn't really have a game-ending army. But MoWjAhEeD's just going to tap out on 4 bases.